we are looking at the topic that says, why must I go for a successful marriage? Let's understand that success is work out. It's not by chance. Marriage affects both the man and the woman spiritually, socially, and otherwise. That's to say, marriage connects the man, spirit, soul, and body. Spirit, man, if he's going in accordance with God, the spirit will always hear from God to know what to do and the right step to take. So, the reasoning aspect of man, where man reasons with the woman, emotionally and otherwise, whereas the physical body is where man shares a lot of things in common. Eating together, bathing together, having marital affairs that result to children. Now let's go straight forward to the point. Why must I go for a successful marriage? Number one, marriage is for a better life affair. Marriage is to better our life. Genesis 2:18, the Holy Scripture says, it is not good for a man to be alone. So therefore, for one to attain a successful marriage life, you must watch out that this marriage will be for better and not for worse. So whatever notion you have conceived that or fear, my marriage will collapse, my marriage will fail, my marriage will end up experiencing divorce because of what I've seen from my parents, that's the wrong notion. The plan for God for us is to have a successful marriage. That's why in Genesis 2:18, God himself planned it for us that way. It is not good for man to be alone. So God is looking at the other good aspect of it. Also in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9, say two are better than one. They will have a better reward. So what does that mean? We must plan to go for a successful marriage, because in marriage we have better reward. 2. Why must I go for a successful marriage? Because marriage is an honorable affair. For instance, Hebrews 13 verse 4, the scripture says, marriage is honorable with birth undefiled, but woe to idolaters and fornicators. So I must go for a successful marriage, because at the end of the day, I will enjoy honor. That's why in most countries of the world, no one gets to the peak. For instance, being a president, CEO, or a community leader, without you being considered as a person that should be married, both male and female. So therefore, we must go for a successful marriage that will not crash, in order for we to enjoy honor. Also, why must I plan to go for a successful marriage? For blessing. For blessing. The blessings of the Lord maketh rich and addeth no sorrow. Proverbs 10:22. And in Proverbs 18:22, the scripture says, he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor So I must do everything to ensure that my marriage is successful in order for me to enjoy favor. Of course, what is favor? God working on behalf of you. Of course, what is favor? Laboring little and achieving greatly. Also, why must I go for a successful marriage? Why must I plan? I must plan for a successful marriage because it entails a lot of responsibilities. Responsibilities. So therefore, responsibilities. I must ensure that my marriage will work in order for me to meet up with my responsibility. First Timothy 5 verse 8. One of the responsibility is social responsibility. As a married person, you are expected to be, an organizer, to ensure things in the society works. Another responsibility is for you to fend for your family. He said, he that does not fend for his family as a married man is worse than an infidel. In 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 8. Also, in order for me to meet up with other responsibility, most especially scriptural responsibility, you as a man being the head, showing the light for the next generation to come, in order to serve God. Once said, Abraham, I know him, he will command his children to be after me. So for future posterity, as a married man, you must carry this spiritual responsibility to be able to move your faith to the next generation. So therefore, you must ensure your marriage must be successful in order to perform your scriptural, social, and family responsibility. And lastly, why must I go for a successful marriage? I must go for a successful marriage. For marriage is a covenant. A covenant. The scripture says in Psalm 89, verse 34, my covenant will I not break. In 1 Corinthians 7, 27, 39, God has planned this covenant for it to benefit us without divorce. And some of this covenant responsibility we must do. Ephesians chapter 5, 18 down 21. He said, husband, love your wife. Wife, be submissive. Husband, be the head. Wife, be the helpmate. So with these few items put down here, why must I go for a successful marriage? In order for me to enjoy good things of life. In order for me to be honored. In order for me to gain the blessings of God. And above all, for me to perform my responsibilities very well. God bless you for listening. Please don't only listen. Put them into practice. I wish you the best. And I pray your family, your home will enjoy blessings. Will enjoy honor from God. God bless you. See you in our next lecture. In our next lecture, we'll be looking at principles of a successful marriage, successful family. Please don't fail to subscribe. Bye.